said artist. Tell me, I'm talking about greatest artist. Speak.
The greatest of all time?
Yes. Where does he rank?
As an artist?
Yeah.
He's up there, but I wouldn't say the greatest artist.
He got Jay-Z beat. He's on more magazine covers.
I'm not saying he has Jay-Z beat. I think he's on the Mount Rushmore of his era, though. Yeah. He's definitely the Quincy Jones, George Clinton. You know what I mean? He's definitely that impactful, I believe. Definitely the Dr. Dre of this era. You know what I mean?
One of the greatest.
I don't know if I'll put that as kind of like an artist just for his music.
But he's very hands-on with his music as well, like producing and creating beats and stuff like that.
He's just ultra creative.
Than his album, if you're talking about overall, than albums.
All right, so with everything that's been going on with him, what will be his legacy?
Marrying a black woman.
But he hasn't.
That should be his legacy. No, but
I think P, talk to me. What will be Kanye's legacy?
I think his music. Maybe his music. He may want it to be his fashion, but I think it may be his music. I think he's going to be just like a pop icon. His rants, his marriage to Kim Kardashian, maybe some of the things his kids does. I think he's just going to be like a pop icon.
So you're judging Kanye already on North and Saints action?
But you know what? He's kind of, you know why? Because he brings a lot of attention. You're like, he's an event. His wife is an event. I can only imagine the kids are going to be a movie. Like, I could just, it's going to be rant and paparazzi and drinks thrown and.
Gotta stop you there. You're blaming him already for the kids.
Yo,
Scotty, jump in here, man. Tell me what Kanye's legacy gonna be.
Kanye's legacy, like I say, he's definitely gonna go on the Mount Rushmore of this era. I think it's gonna be him, Dre, Pharrell, and probably Timbaland. You know what I mean? And then I just think that he's the kind of person that he excels at. He's gonna excel at whatever he puts his mind to. It's almost like remind me like LeBron. I think LeBron will just be he's a great athlete and he would be good at any sport. And I think whatever arena you put Kanye West in, he's going to excel.
World, talk to me.
It's going to be for his music, but I think it's much more how he act. Mm-hmm. Everything that he does overall, whether it's music, clothes, he just know how to grasp it and get people attention. Mm-hmm. So I think just that overall, people going to remind him. It's always going to be for the crazy stuff that he do.
Mika, you care to chime in?
I think I'm done. No more mute to me.
All right, moving on. Everybody here now has seen the Kendrick Lamar performance at the Grammys. Now, coming off the backlash of Beyonce, what did y'all think about the message that K-Dot was providing? Did you like the show? Was it overrated? Give me your thoughts. World.
I liked it. Basically, what Kendrick Lamar is trying to do is it's basically trying to get people awakened of their history. But it's just that at this time, even though people say Black Lives Matter, they still doesn't know where they came from in the history. He's basically trying to show them that.
Okay, you don't care to elaborate. Fine then. Take it from there, P.
I think his performance was really important and it was necessary. I think it channeled a lot of the frustration many of us are feeling right now in America as youth. I feel like almost every day we're explaining who we are and why we feel the way we feel and the fact that we're treated differently. And then it's like, but no, I feel like we're at a really place where people are really being bold about how they feel about race right now, and that performance really highlighted that.
Excellent. Mika, what do you think?
I'm thinking several thoughts right now. I did like when he came out with the chains and how he was able to kind of manipulate the chains over the mic to kind of symbolize, even though the chains are a form of oppression, we are still malleable and moldable. I thought that he was very artistic.
4 points for the alliteration.
English teacher.
I also felt like he was really acting the part, which really made it believable. But in a sense, I kind of felt like he kind of swag jacked J. Cole's "Get Off My Dick," the video where the slaves revolt and they are dancing around the fire. It was very
Shots fired.
It was very J. Cole, and I felt like if J. Cole would have performed, it would have had the same emphasis, though, because Kendrick had the acting, which was very compelling.
Jock, what do you think?
First of all, I like the performance. I don't feel as strongly about the performance as everybody does. Like, oh my God, it was groundbreaking. I think it was definitely good. And one thing, I didn't think it was audible. Number one, and
So do you hold J. Cole? You hold that against J. Cole or other Grammys?
I don't hold that against J. Cole. I like the performance, but I feel like it's a little overhyped also. I do like the Michael, paying homage to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson did that same thing with the chain.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, gotta rehash an old topic. It's been a while, I know, but we have to talk about the Princess of Black People, as I like to call her, Beyonce Knowles, and her performance and anything related to that, even having to do with Tammy Lauren, the white lady. Pardon me for saying that, but that's basically the best way to describe her.
Tommy Lauren.
Tommy, yes, and I follow her on Instagram, so that's my bad, and Twitter. Yeah, shout out to you, Tommy. Tommy, whatever.
Dragging it.
Don't shout her.
What do y'all think about everything that she said disparagingly against, just the whole movement and all of that?
She tried to moonwalk her ass into a moment. That was not her moment.
Oh my God.
That was Queen Bee's moment, and that was our moment.
I like that. Nice play on words, moonwalk.
Mika, talk to me.
I think anyone is looking for a reason to kind of highlight the Black Lives Matter from a racist point of view. So I feel like her tangent was more so to try to bring awareness to the fact that Black people are tired of it, but it's coming from racism. Does that make sense? No? Okay.
No, it does not. I'm sorry, because she was not being racist. She was being very uninformed. But I don't know, World, I don't know if you heard about it. Can you chime in on this situation?
I really haven't heard about that.
Sorry about this, bro.
I wasn't finished making my point.
Well,
that's just the reason why I'm doing like this.
I think that the woman was just completely out of line, and I got sidetracked on that one. Somebody else talk about that one. I was thinking about that.
Pete, jump back in here for me real quick.
Well, she tried to jump out. She called Black Panthers terrorists, and I feel like, why did she feel the need to? Why did Beyonce's performance? Why was that so offensive to her? And why does saying "stop killing us" to police officers automatically constitute that's anti-police? So if we say to police, please kill us, I don't get what was the point. What was so derogatory about the performance? And why are you calling Black Panthers, who was formed in order to protect us against terrorists, against KKK, why would you call them out as terrorists? And then you end up your argument by taking a person who shot at her husband, talking about your husband was a criminal. No, it may not. She may not have blatantly said anything about race. She said, "Let America heal." Let America heal. What do you mean?
We got to move on to the next topic. I agree with you 100%. I mean, she went out the window without really following her facts, and she actually contradicted herself, talking about ripping off Band-Aids, but then went back in the past talking about Jay-Z. So I see your point. All right. Hey, listen, I knew nothing about it until this guy came out with it. No, there's two reasons. When the sweaters came out for Christmas, and this guy was playing football, and this is Killer Cam doing the dab. Now, he's been receiving a lot of backlash about, his celebrations and the way he took his loss in the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of conflicting sides about it, how you should handle a loss. World, how do you feel about Cam basically pouting and crying? I mean, and that was my quarterback in fantasy football. And, he may be losing the finals, but, that's another story for another day. Talk to me.
All right. I feel is that the NFL handled it wrong, because last year or the year before? I remember the year before when Peyton Manning lost to the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning wasn't in the same room as the Seahawks when he was doing his interview. He was in the locker room by himself.
Old school knowledge. Continue,
But
please.
with
please.
him, he was in the same room. The person was like next like 5 feet 2 inches when they was having a press conference. He overheard them giving a winning press conference. That's what had him got upset.
So you
they
believe-
should have handled that.
So just a quick one. You believe it was more a response to that, other than he was being a sore sport?
He was. There's no. He congratulated Payne for winning. That's being a good sport. But as far as to be a good sport about losing when somebody's cheering in your face, that's not his. I don't think that's his responsibility.
Mika, talk to me about Cam.
I'm not qualified to speak in that area.
Damn.
Man, listen, Cam.
You don't know anything about that.
I know
football
about,
thing?
so I know a little bit about the dab and how they were kind of like.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, that's why I
Okay,
went. Yeah.
so I feel like if that's the way for him to express himself, I did see a little bit of a clip when he mentioned, like, about being a sore loser. Like, it's okay for him to bow out the way he did, and no one should judge him for that. And I think I totally agree with him. If he came off like throwing stuff, he would have came off as an angry black man. So he tried to take a different approach and dance it off, and he was still like crucified for his point of view.
Chuck, what do you think about that? About Cam and his performance in the Super Bowl? I guess you know what? And I haven't asked anybody else about this, but I'm going to ask you in regards to the controversy about diving for the fumble and his response after the post game.
I mean, you know what? He was getting banged up that game, and I know why he didn't die for that ball, because the defense was all over them. But at the same time, you gotta, if you're gonna dab and carry on and dance and celebrate, you gotta stand up and take your loss like a man too. I feel like he should have showed more humility after the press conference. But I mean, if he didn't do it, oh well.
How old is he?
He's got to be like what, 23, 24.
Oh, he's a baby though, so I think he can get a pass because
But
he's
it's like,
still.
Pete, talk to
he's
me.
young.
I feel like sometimes they put too much attention on things of that nature. Like him dabbing to me is not a big deal at all. So the only reason why it became a big deal that he walked out of the press conference and blown over the top is because they made it such a big deal about dabbing. Again, I feel like sometimes it's no one wants to say it's race, but why? Because a man, after it's a very competitive sport. They're very high on emotions. They're running around crashing into each other, doing all these things. And when he celebrates, they have chants, they have dances, and I just didn't feel like it was a big deal that he dabbed. So because it was such a big deal, like, oh, he celebrates. Of course, he's always demonstrative on the sidelines. Like he's always like showing.
Girl, talk to me.